Welcome back to the Culture of Currency, where we talk markets and, of course, metals. This week, a crazy week. We keep saying that because it just keeps getting crazier. And obviously this week, we'll see here in a second with the international stocks that there was a lot of shakeup with the U.S.-China trade tensions. And we also saw sanctions by China on U.S. subsidiaries like the South Korean shipbuilder Hanwha, which is one of the big leading movers of materials around the world. And obviously over here on our side of the world, we have a lot of concerns with the health of U.S. regional banks. So we saw a lot of movement towards gold and things like that because of this, but we'll get to all that in a second. I wanted to remind you that this video is sponsored by APMEX, the American Precious Metals Exchange. It is where I go to buy silver. I just did an unboxing video of last month's silver. We are going to buy every single month like we always have. We love APMEX over there because they always have products that I can put into my collection that I did not have. So that being said, check out APMEX when you get a spot. It is the best spot for collectors of silver and gold, and it is a pretty dang good spot if you just need to stack some wealth away as well. So let's go ahead and get to it. Looky here. Volatility returns to haunt the stock market. We were just talking about that. Yes, and as we saw with some of the trade negotiations already, the tariffs have been a part where at the beginning it's very uncomfortable, then a negotiation happens, and then it happens to benefit many of the nations. So we'll see. China's still a work in progress. We'll see what happens with them if we can come to a sensible conclusion. But if we do, we'll wait for the markets to really take off, which is hard to say because we've been at all-time highs here recently as well. So where is the ceiling? I have no idea. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into our market data, the old market report. Here we are, Dow Jones Industrial. I put some mark in red to help you. Sitting at 46,190. That is up actually 238 points. Our all-time high was on October 3rd. As you can see, pretty dang volatile here towards the end. We had that big dip day, and then it's slowly moving the right direction, but it's kind of holding right there at the 4,600 mark. The S&P 500, 6664, up 34 cents. So it is up for the week as well. It's a half a percentile. All-time high being the 8th. As you can see, a bit of volatility there. That little bitty narrow line you see is the movement throughout the entire day and kind of where it's stuck. So crazy stuff there. 22679 up 117, or once again about a half a percent. So all three of the major markets have gone up a half a percent. This is the 8th of October. Super volatile as well. But look over here. We have all of these in red are people who have moved at least a half of a percentage. Canada down 1%. Brazil, they're up 75 or 0.75%, I should say. Mexico down 1.27. We have the EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That is down almost a full percentage as well. The Eurozone down 0.92, Belgium down 0.95, Denmark, again, Denmark just keeps taking it in the jeans. It is down 3%. We know it's been very volatile with them being so big in the pharmaceutical area, but they have not got a lot of relief. Germany down 1.82. We have Italy down 1.45. We have Norway down 1.18. We have South Africa 2% down. We have Sweden 1%. We've got Turkey 1.5%. The UK falling almost a full percentage as well. And then we go to our Asian Pacific, and we have Australia, which was down 0.81. China down almost 2. Hong Kong down almost 2.5. India up almost a half percentage, a little bit over half. Japan down 1.44. Singapore down 0.63. We have Taiwan negative 1.25 and Thailand negative 1.30. So as you can see, this has been an absolute terror of a week for international stocks, as most of them are ripped down a full percentage. But most of this is also all negotiations happening between China and the U.S., and what I can see on my end is that it seems to be they're looking for a long-term solution, not something that just lasts an election cycle, something that will be a long-term solution, and that the pillars of the conversation between the two countries will be something that stands the test of time and creates the new, I guess, way forward when it comes to their trade. So that being said, let's go ahead and get to our markets for the metal. Silver landed this week at 52.18%. As you see, that is up another 3.2% or $1.62. And by the way, if you don't know, that means that silver is up 79.07% year to date, which is absolutely crazy. Against the US dollar, we know that silver went up 3% and the dollar stayed about flat. So the dollar did not win today. Silver is on top of that. What about the old Dow Jones and S&P? The Dow Jones and the S&P both were favorable, but yes, silver was the one that beat them. But we look at gold now. Gold sitting at $4,267. Crazy times for them too. They're up 5.64%, folks. That's crazy. And that is a $227.90 raise on them. So the US dollar obviously wasn't catching gold this week. And with the craziness going on, neither were the markets. So gold is the big winner this week. We love our gold. Something that I do not have a lot of, but eventually that might be something I dive into. Who knows? But gold is the winner for the week. Silver, I would say, is number 2. Markets, number 3. And the dollar is the dismal 4th. So that being said, that's what we have for you today. And by the way, I am going to be probably doing my annual silver sale here shortly. So I'm going to be compiling a handful of coins, putting them on my website, hobbysilver.com, for you to peruse and purchase if you feel so inclined. Many of these coins I bought back when silver was a lot cheaper, so I'm not looking to rob anybody, but make a fair price. So that being said, I hope you remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.